all. It's been a little slow lately in Nikon news. I know you're curious about what Nikon has planned for the coming months. November and December are usually the time of year where cameras are released and developmental products are shown by different camera manufacturers. If you want to know the latest information on Nikon, then watch this photo news brief. Hi, I'm Vaughn. The news from the Nikon camp has been a little boring since the Nikon Z6 III was introduced back in June. But in today's photo news brief, I have a rumored camera and a lens in development that might excite you if you're into video. Plus, we will take a look into the crystal ball. Please subscribe and please hit that like button. First, on the photo news brief, there are recent rumors that Nikon will be releasing another APS-C camera, the Nikon Z50 Mark II, before the end of the year. Rumor has the camera being introduced in November of this year. That's just in time for the holiday season. Most rumor sites are saying this will be a mini Z6 III. Expect the Nikon XP 7 image processor. For the creators, the flippy screen should be standard, unlike the original Z50 that had that tilt-down screen. With the faster processor, which by the way is 10 times faster than the Z50's XP6 processor, the autofocus will be faster and have a faster burst rate. As far as the CMOS sensor, the Z52 should retain a 20 megapixel sensor. Why the 20 megapixel sensor, you ask? Nikon needs this camera to have a good sensor that is great in low light situations. This camera will definitely have 4K, which is standard in cameras being released. Now, will this camera be a game changer? Not really. This camera is geared towards entry-level and travel photographers that just want a lightweight camera that they can carry everywhere, unlike the bulkier full-frame cameras. Leave those comments on whether an APS-C camera like the rumored Z50 Mark II will be in your bag. Now I want to talk about the Sony FE Power Zoom. I mean the NIKKOR Z 28-135mm f4 PZ. Now this is a developmental lens from Nikon, so you can't buy it yet. Look at that gold band. That means it's an S-line lens, so it will carry the S lens price. This is a video-centric lens, which is a welcome change in Nikon's approach to their hybrid Z cameras, which are only photocentric. Who is this lens for? This lens should be good if you're looking for a lens with Cine-style imagery for video production. If you look at a very similar lens from Sony, the Sony FE-PZ 28-135 f4G, it gives full-frame cameras the capabilities of a camcorder lens and a compact lens. The Sony lens is 10 years old. That's a decade. Wow. So Nikon's had more than enough time to re-engineer this to figure out how to make this lens faster and quieter for its Z cameras. With this lens, Nikon might be able to finally say they have a Cine camera with their Nikon Z full-frame cameras. That'll be a nice touch. Finally, those rumors about the Sony A1 Mark II means there is a Nikon Z Mark II on the horizon. Both the Sony A1 and the Nikon Z9 were introduced in 2021, the Sony A1 in January 21, and the Z9 October 2021. With the trickle down of the XP 7 processor to the Z8 and the Z6 III, the Nikon Z9 is starting to show its age. Nikon will need to introduce an XP 8 sensor or a red manufactured sensor to power any AI capabilities it hopes to add to the next Z9. With artificial intelligence being a major selling point in smartphones and computers, Nikon will be under pressure to release a camera with AI. It's just the in thing right now. Anything that will help photographers take sharper photos is a plus in my book. And now the timetable for the next Z9 is still speculation. Quick question. How many Nikon approved cameras does Nikon have in their current lineup? One, maybe two, maybe three. Oh, can't do three right. If you guess 0, then you're right. See my point? If Nikon wants to venture into the video market like Canon and Sony, their next Z9 will need to be a video powerhouse that has the Netflix approved badge. That's a nice badge to have associated with a camera brand. I remember when I was in Boy Scouts and I always wanted that Eagle Scout badge. If I only had it today. Finally, if you enjoy Nikon news, then watch for more photo news briefs during the holiday season. Please watch my other photo news briefs and leave those comments. Thank you for watching.